Hello, and thanks a lot for coming back to my channel today. There is some interesting news coming out of Zero Hedge, and I think anytime Mr. Rothschild speaks, we should pay attention. Everybody should know why, because he owns a lot of the world, one of the richest men on earth, because he is the face of the central banking system. The central bankers is basically what I think of when I think of the Rothschild family, and you should know about that if you're watching this video. So, the New World Order is at risk, and that's what Lord Rothschild is saying. Over the past 3 years, an unexpected voice of caution has emerged from one of the most legendary families in finance, Mr. Jacob Rothschild. Readers may recall that as part of the RIT Capital Partners 2014 annual report commentary, the scion of Rothschild family warned that the geopolitical situation is the most dangerous it has been since World War II. 1 year later, Jacob Rothschild again warned about the outcome of what is surely the greatest experiment in monetary policy in the history of the world. And then again, in August of 2017, he cautioned that share prices have in many cases risen to unprecedented levels at a time when economic growth is by no means assured. Little did he know, I believe he did know, but it says here, little did he know, that they were only going to keep rising. But related to that, he also made another warning which the market has so far blissfully ignored. Fast forward to today, when in the last half year, commentary from RIT Capital Partners, Lord Rothschild has made his latest warning to date, this time focusing on the global economic system that was established after World War II. That's the economic system that we're in right now, the fiat monetary system. Okay, but back then, like it says here, they're not sure if he's talking about the fiat system or the system that was established right after World War II when they were attached to gold. But we know what he's talking about, okay? Eventually, there was a new system where all these countries worked together, and there was a basket of currencies. The IMF was established, and this is what he's talking about, the system that we've been in. Although we're not attached to gold anymore, Nixon took us off of that in 1971. We are now a complete fiat system. And he is saying, I believe that this whole system is going to be finished, right? It says right here, the billionaire banker pointed to the U.S.-China trade war and the Eurozone crisis as the key problems putting economic order at risk, and the lack of a common approach, a reference to the gradual unwind of globalization in the wake of President Trump that has made cooperation today much more difficult. In 9/11 and in the 2008 financial crisis, the powers of the world worked together with a common approach, Rothschild said. Cooperation today is proving much more difficult. This puts at risk the post-war economic and security order. Says right here, it wasn't clear if he was referring to the post-war fiat standard, basically what I was telling you, or the one by Nixon. But anyhow, the cycle is in its 10th positive year, the longest on record. We're now seeing some areas of weaker growth emerging. Indeed, the IMF has recently predicted slowdown, while Rothschild noted that many of the world's economies have enjoyed a broad-based acceleration not seen since the aftermath of the financial crisis of 2008, with as many as 120 countries seeing stronger growth last year. He also cautioned that we continue to believe that this is not an appropriate time to add to risk. Current stock market valuations remain high by historic standards, inflated by years of low interest rates and the policy of quantitative easing, which is now coming to an end. That's right, this liquidity is coming to an end. Lord Rothschild is letting us know that. He's saying the likelihood of trade wars has increased tension and the impact on equities has been marked. Problems are likely to continue in emerging markets, compounded by rising interest rates and the U.S. Fed's monetary policy, which has drained global dollar liquidity. We have already seen the impact on the Turkish and Argentinian currencies. Finally, Rothschild remains understandably concerned about geopolitical problems, including Brexit, North Korea, and the Middle East, at a time when populism is spreading globally. That's good. I'm glad that Trump is doing something, kicking this system right in the you-know-what, because this system sucks, okay? The dollar isn't worth anything. Everybody needs to live on credit in order to do anything. You know, what kind of system is that? Back in the day when people made 10 cents an hour, that 10 cents bought way more than the current minimum wage does. So we need to do something back, whether it be bring us back to a gold standard, bring us back to, or not back to, maybe create a whole new system with cryptos involved. I think that's what they're going towards. Only time will tell. Thanks a lot for coming to the channel. Please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And I will shoot a link below if you'd like to donate to me. You go ahead and have a great day. Thanks a lot.